There are some funny men, I think, for sure. I enjoy.
Okay, sure.
I wonder how dark your core is.
Evil. If those bazonkers are really freaking awesome. I mean,
Look, shocker.
that's inappropriate.
Hey there, I'm Gracie Jane, and I am so excited to have you here. If you're new, welcome to my little corner of the internet where things get fun, personal, and maybe even a little outside the box. I'm all about creating a safe, judgment-free space on the internet where we can joke around, have some real conversations, and just enjoy each other's company. I love connecting with people who share my vibe. Whether you're here to chat, share your wildest dreams, or just see where things go, you're in the right place. That's why I'm thrilled to introduce you to something special, Eva. Eva is your safe space to explore without judgment. Whether you're curious, looking for connection, or just need a laugh, Eva is here to help eliminate loneliness, boredom, and build deeper connections with people like me and so many others. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes with the internet, it can get boring. Here's what makes Eva so amazing. Exclusive content that you've never seen before. 24/7 chatting plus access to custom photos and videos from your favorite creators. Yep, that means me. And with a subscription, you'll unlock full access to the fun all the time. What I think is so cool is I got to make myself a fantasy character, which I chose a fallen angel because, well, you guys know I'm sent from heaven, but then I got kicked out. 86. That's why I'm on Eva. If you're ready to take things to the next level, come join me. Let's explore, connect, and make this space Eva uniquely ours. I can't wait to see you there. Make sure you click the link in my description box and go follow Eva AI and talk to Lasko. Okay, so
Yay.
We have here on the Gracie Jane Show today Cole Diamond, who I would describe him as a catboy, but he is a content creator of all kinds, a cosplayer, artist, he makes music, he's a theater legend in the making, and I'm just so enamored and obsessed with you.
Oh, I love you.
Of course, I love you too.
That means a lot coming from you because you actually inspire me so much with your music and everything. Like even the way that we met, like you reached out to me on Instagram and you were just like, hey, I think you're really cool. I think we should hang out. I love that. I love people who do that kind of thing. And I like to think of myself as that kind of person, but I feel like I've kind of lost that a little bit. So when you did that, I was like, oh my God, I really f with her. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just like, you see what you like and you go get it and you just shoot your shot and go after it. Like, love that.
There's only one way to get what you want in life, and that's to ask for it. And
yeah.
That's reality. So, okay, first of all, we need to get a little commotion for this shirt because wait, look. All-purpose generic male. This man may vary in size, color, and personality, but he is suitable for everyday use. And it's true. Oh my God, like literally, I'm not.
And I've always said that. I
love you so much because you just get it. You know what I mean? Like, you get it. Okay, I want you to help me. I want to do this with you. Let's be cringe together. I want to try to learn. I want to try to do it because I don't have a theater background. I did theater, but I wasn't doing hair and makeup in the back. Right?
I wanted to ask you about that too because, okay, so earlier, I know we really just sidetracked, but you asked me about how is it so convincing? And so that's why I brought up, like my acting background and stuff, not to be like, you need to be an Oscar-winning, Emmy award-winning, like EGOT actor to be like making dumb videos on Instagram, but it does help. And the thing, I would say one of the most important lessons that I learned in school that helps me, that like still sticks with me.
Teach me.
Okay, there's actually two things, but the one that helps me with making the cringe content is, and this is this is a truth bomb. This is crazy. Oh my God. Okay, so I remember one class, if you don't know musical theater school and acting school, they have you doing crazy like you're rolling on the floor, you're like doing like body movement 1 class, like straight up, right. Like rolling around, like whatever, like that's like the foundational thing. You're like one with the earth type shit. Like it's awesome. But early on I learned that in order to like be the best actor and just give the best performance always, you have to let go of how you look in that moment. Because when you think about that, it takes you out of the moment, right? So in order to be fully living in the moment, you just have to be present and you have to like listen. So that's like that was really huge for me because I grew up like pretty self-conscious, you know. I think a lot of people did. So at that point, I was like, you know, you have to like, I was like just too aware. Yeah. But when you like let that go, you can really be like, you can do anything. Like it's crazy.
I am your waifu, okay? Or you want me to be your waifu. Is that right? Waifu?
Yes. You can be my waifu. My Pookie Bear, if you will.
Oh, okay. I want you to ask, give it to your camera because I really want this. I need this. I need this.
Okay. Well.
And I want to learn. And I will try to respond. I want to be your Pookie Bear.
Okay.
But help me with a line here.
Okay, well here's the thing. First of all, before we even get to the lines, baby, we got to do some character work.
All right, let's do
So when I started making these skits, they started out, I was just on live and I was like, let me just like act like this character right now. And then I noticed so many people tuning in and they were like, whoa, what the f***? Like, what is he doing? Is he really like this? Like, dude, that's crazy. So I ended the live and I said, I think we're cooking. I think we got something here. So I said, let me start making skits, right? Let me start making skits. What is Claw? His name was Claw. That was decided from the get-go, from the jump. I said, what is Claw? He is a late 20s man. He lives in his mom's basement. He loves anime. He loves all that neck beard. Like, he loves video games. He learned all his social cues from anime. And so when you think about that, like, okay, why is this person how they are? And you start getting into like the lore of it all, then you have like this really like fleshed out concept. And so even when people come at you with like a prompt, it's like in like, oh, can you respond in character? You can like more easily do that because mentally you're like, okay, I am a 30-year-old man who lives in his mom's basement and plays video games every day and wants to be the world's #1 Twitch streamer, and low-key is a little bit delusional and thinks he's part ninja. Just a little bit, but you know, he slays a little bit.
Okay.
So
gotta get in character.
So yes, you have to get in character. So your Pookie Bear, your waifu.
Okay.
Is she also of Claw's world? She's a dweeb. She's a girl that is subscribed to Claw's Twitch. And she's obsessed. Thank you.
She's a fan. Okay, so let's do this.
Okay.
Wait, get your cat ears.
I actually brought something for you.
Oh!
Surprise. I need to take these headphones off.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
My own paws?
I brought you your own paws.
Which ones? I've never been so excited in my life.
It doesn't really matter.
I feel like I'm about to suck at this, but if I do, sorry.
One pair is like really dingy and old, and one pair is the new one. So
what have you done with these?
Literally nothing except act stupid and sweat a lot. That's why they're a little yellow, but we won't talk about that. So I brought you your own claws, and I do have a tail.
My boyfriend's gonna be
not doing all that right now.
Wait, you don't want to put on your tail?
I can't. It's too much.
Okay. No tail.
Maybe for the extended clip on the Patreon or whatever. But. Yeah, I don't know. Should I put those back on?
So wait, you do this thing where you jump in.
Yeah.
You kind of like.
Well, you have to fall into frame. You know, you're scrolling on the FYP and you scroll, the video goes.
You jump in.
You're immediately, you're like, oh, I'm in this world right now.
Like sort of like.
Yeah.
Maybe I should like sit into it, like.
I mean, it's really a full body thing. We could, if you wanted to, like, we don't have to do all that. Just you're fine. Let's imagine you just plopped in your seat.
I want to do it.
Okay.
So what's it giving?
Okay, it's giving 3, 2, 1. We're plopped in the world, right? Okay.
Wait, do it with me.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hi, Pookie.
Hi.
It's nice to see you again.
Oh gosh, I'm just kind of shy. I didn't realize you were going to be so cute.
Don't be shy. Your alpha is here. And I'm the strongest, most adept ninja in the village, so I'll protect you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. You protect... I want to go into sexy baby. I don't know why I want to go into sexy
Well, that is very on brand, like, you know.
It is. You're right.
Aside. All right, cut. So
sorry.
I love your character right now because like the when you think about like
that wasn't horrible.
No, when you think about like the dweeby like girl, like the real Pookies of the world, the Discord girls of the world, not all. You know, they're very like
yeah.
Hi. Oh, sensei like type like they're very like playing up
Will you be my senpai?
The baby like,
will you be my senpai?
It's just basically at the end of the day, when all is said and done, it's giving anime voiceover. Like that's period. That's Claw. Like anime American dub.
I was like, hit on Gracie Jane as Claw.
Hi, kitten. Those bazonkers are really freaking awesome. I mean, I didn't just say that. I think you have beautiful eyes. Yeah. Good job. I don't think she heard the first part.
I love you.
Type. Period. We're done. We can't do this.
Amazed.
We're done.
I'm amazed.
I mean,
I love.
Are you really like? Is it that
this,
like?
Because it's really hard. It's way harder than like. I'm sorry. I always thought I was a nerd, but I didn't realize that I'm not that much of a nerd.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm a nerd.
You're an actor.
I'm a nerd boy at heart, but I'm obviously that's not how I really am. But I know people like that.
I'm keeping these on for a minute. But
period. Keep them. Love. I've been knew people like that. Like
yeah.
they're real. They're existing in the world. That's why this character kind of exists.
They probably love you.
I love them. They're writers too. Like
sorry. I hope I lived up to your expectations.
It's okay.
Which I feel like I would be more actually. The anime character I wanted to channel is like, she's more like the powerful. The like girl who's like the warrior,
like a dominant one.
Yeah, like the dominant ones that like they're always like. I doubt you could. Like they'll be like
a tsundere.
What's that mean?
That's like there's a bunch of tropes in anime, and the tsundere is the you pitiful fool. You think I would like you? Like type. Like she plays like really, she's like got a really tough exterior, but inside she's like, oh, I do love him, Baka, but I need to go save him. Like, but to the outside world, she's like, it's kind of like if you think about Misty from Pokemon, like she is like that character, you know. Like every anime has like the character where she's kind of like a dark badass, like sexy, even like type. And you know, and then there's like
always have giant.
And then there's
anime.
Like the Hinatas of the world from my Naruto
she was my
lovers.
Favorite
I love Hinata. Like
pretty
Naruto.
eyes.
Every word is like she's quivering, and she's like
I could probably play that easier.
Like knees buckled.
I guess Claw. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know.
I love your exactly. But there's a lot of ways that you could take, you know, any character. Like you could be like the badass hard exterior. You could be like the kawaii, like you know, Hinata. There's other ones too, but
girl, I can't.
They're all equally great.
You really
and epic and entertaining.
You need to be an actor, like in Hollywood, famous.
Oh,
actor.
You're so cute. I mean,
really do.
Sure. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should voice act." I'm like,
no, you should act.
All right.
You should act.
Thank you.
Because you're very handsome.
Oh, thank
you're
you.
very smart, and you're really good at this.
Oh, I love you.
I could totally see like Ryan Murphy being like finding you.
That is so flattering.
You deserve to be in something like that.
I love a Ryan Murphy show.
I feel like you got to find
Ryan,
a way to
hit
get.
Me up.
If
hit me up. Are you watching?
Please, Ryan. Like Cole is just. I feel like you would fit into his universe.
That's literally like my dream is to be like on like a really cool show like that, or just a scary movie. Just a scary movie. I would love to be in a horror movie. Or like, but a series, a Ryan Murphy series. Oh, I live. That would be amazing.
you'd fit so well in that
Thank you.
universe.
You're
Like,
so kind. Oh my God.
Ryan Murphy stuff, I love him.
I don't know how to take compliments.
It's
so
okay.
Thank you.
It's fine. That's a great quality in a man, honestly. But like
insecurity.
well, yeah, because
Insecurity and self-doubt.
it's either
keep them weak.
Yes, because if they're not insecure, it goes the other way.
God,
and
you're
it's an
so
ego.
real for that. Mm-hmm.
It's
you're
an ego.
So real for that.
Men, and it's I love you for being self-aware and just knowing this about like the world and men and like yourself, because I think like self-awareness in a man is hard to have because it requires some seriously tough realizations,
some introspection
that are hard to face. Like, you know, being a man makes you an angrier person and it makes you think differently. So you have to find a way to still be a good person, and most men don't care to. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, we're the same age. See, I was this morning debating. I'm like, is it inappropriate to ask a man his age? And then I realized, no, it is not inappropriate to ask a man his age. And I want to say why. If you don't know, which you should already know, is because men's age doesn't matter to the world, but a woman's age does.
This is true.
That's why
as a
you never
man,
ask
this
a
is
woman
true.
her age.
I love asking people their ages.
I know.
I
Actually, remember this.
I do remember this. One time we hung out, I was like low-key asking everyone's age because I felt like it was not like an eclectic mix, but I was like, I feel like there's some mixed ages here, and I just need to know because I feel like it informs so much. So I'm the type of dude, I'm like, how old are you? Like, just straight up, how old are you? Because I feel like it's just interesting to know. It's kind of like knowing someone's zodiac. It's like, oh, she's 28. Okay, I've got 2 years on her. Okay, da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's me doing the mental math. Like,
right.
Or you're like, so you're 94, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
March
she
94.
gets it. Like, she is like fully thriving right now at this point in her life. Like, she knows what she wants. Like, period.
Yes, thank you. I do know what I want.
30 is when it gets really, really good.
I agree with
telling
you, especially for women, which is so ironic because people are like, "Oh my God, it's so being an older woman." No, girl, that reality has been shattered for me. Older women are the ones living. Okay, when the 20s for a woman especially is the trenches. I mean, for everyone, but for women especially, is the trenches. It's the trenches.
I feel like men have it so easy though. Like, I feel like men can be sexy up until they're like straight up 60 years old. Like.
So can women.
Not like that's my type, but I'm just like, I literally was getting ready today, and I was thinking, I was
think
like,
men
I
have
bet,
it easy for other reasons.
No, for sure, like every reason. I was thinking about you getting ready for this because I know you woke up hella early to get ready, get dressed, get the look together, and I'm like, low key, I had to wake up like 2 hours before this and like throw something on, like shower, and I'm like ready to go. Like,
but I want to challenge you on this. What you just said.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to
Okay.
interrupt
What? Yeah. What?
You said it gets easier, or you said it's easy for men to be sexy when they're old.
Sure.
Maybe in the gay world, but the girl, I see a lot of people. Their prime seems to end almost earlier than anyone. Some men,
well,
I think it's a myth that men get hotter with age because it just depends. Are you taking care of yourself?
Exactly. And that's the thing. Straight men, they do not. They're like, oh, yeah, like because they're so used to just getting everything handed to them.
Yeah.
Girls, whatever, money, opportunities. They're like, oh, I'm just a loser now. Why doesn't everyone want me? And it's like, well, because you look like you have no hair left. You don't even make an attempt. Like, no offense to the bald community, like literally straight up, but it's like, okay, you're literally clearly not trying. So why do you feel like you deserve like all these girls? Like, I don't understand.
I know.
I don't know.
It's because the patriarchy, but that's a different conversation.
For sure, but they do look like they do. You're right.
A lot of them. And I see some women who are like in their 50s. Like, I have worked with women who are like in their 50s who I'm like, ow, like hot.
Period.
So hot. And
because they take care
hotter.
of themselves, right?
And they're hotter to me because of their experience. Like, they live life. They like don't, they have a story. They're smarter. Like, they have more wisdom. That's hot to me. Like, I'm not superficial when it comes to like what I'm attracted to. That's just not how I am. Mm-hmm. And like, I think now I'm like maturity is hot to me.
For sure.
So I personally think like a woman's prime is like her whole life, but especially as she gets older.
Heavy on that.
Yeah, especially as she gets older, because, you know,
I think people who have lived a little bit of life and like have a little bit of trauma under their belt that they've like healed from, like, oh, I love that. Like,
yeah,
tell me, like, that's a survival skill. Like the primal part of me, like, oh my God. Like,
yeah.
Yes, he takes care of himself. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I love that. And like, that's why, I don't know, like younger people, I don't know. Love the younger people. But the older I get, the more they do annoy me, because I'm like, oh, you just really don't know yet. And you think you know, like, these things. And don't get me wrong, like, I think Gen Z and, you know, whatever age range that is, like, people in their 20s, mid-20s, like, they definitely know some stuff. But again, it's like, what, your frontal lobe doesn't even finish developing until you're, like, 25.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being 21 and I was, like, crazy, and I was literally such a bad person, like so bad. I had to have people like calling me out on it, and then I was like, what are you talking about? Like, but now that I'm 30, I'm like, oh yeah, that was crazy. Like, I read some old messages that were archived on Facebook like a month ago from like 2015, 2016, and I was like, oh my God, did I really say that? Like,
oh,
that was bad. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not that person anymore.
It takes a mature, smart guy to look at that, and most people don't look at. I was literally just talking this like to my mother about this. People don't want to look at themselves and see what they don't like, but you will if you look at yourself, and so it's inevitable. I think that when you want to mature and you want to grow up and you want to get serious about life, you start looking at yourself and you start seeing the things that maybe you don't like, and you make the changes. And so it's good that you have those messages, because you can look back and be like, I grew from this. I'm not that person. You know what I mean? Because I think that you do come across as someone who like wakes it up as soon as you like. The other day on the podcast, me and this woman were talking. The older you get, the more you realize you know nothing. Like, you get the wisdom to know that you actually know anything.
And that we're all like imperfect, like just like animals at the end of the day. Like, I f*** up still, like less than before, but I definitely, you know, I'm not perfect.
No. Well,
almost, but not quite.
Almost. I was gonna say, almost perfect.
Perfect man does not exist. Let me tell you.
The perfect. Yeah, I think perfection. The only person I can think of is Chase Icon.
Period. I love her. She is really.
She's perfect.
Yeah.
She's
she
perfect.
is there.
I asked her, what message do you want to send your fans? And she was like, I want them to feel like me when they're listening to my music.
Period. And I sure the fuck do.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, yes, I'm so now. Like doing cardio. I'm like, oh, I feel it. I'm fierce right now, but at the end of the day, I'm just a dude, like, you know. But I do be feeling the fantasy. Like, I love that, and your music makes me feel like that too. Like your new song.
Thank you.
Oh my God, it's so good. I've been listening to it at the gym. That's where I listen to like that, like energized. Like it's my favorite, and I'm just because it gets me like feeling like a bad. Like ready to like lift some weights and like get sexier type shit.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's saying something.
Well, that's what music is about. It's about living the fantasy and transporting you into like an emotional or mental like state. Yeah. And like for that 3 minutes or whatever that you're like fully living that life, and you're like, yes, like this is how I feel. I feel like a bad or like, oh, I feel really sad, or like, oh, I'm grieving right now. That's why I love music.
That's why I picked the artist name Jane's World, because I wanted it to be like when you're listening to Jane's World, you're in Jane's World.
Period.
I mean? Yeah.
Love it.
And I also thought it rhymed with Wayne's World, like.
Oh, it does.
World,
yeah.
Jane's
I've never
World.
seen that, but.
Well, it's funny. I mean,
I'm
it's
uncultured.
Like, it's kind of like boy humor, but it's still funny.
See, I was never into boy humor.
Me neither, but actually that's a lie. Women. That's a lie. I am into boy humor. When it comes to my taste in humor, I'm non-binary.
Okay. So
and nowhere, I'm not non-binary. But
were you a fan of like the Hangover movies and?
That's just basic.
See that in high school when that was huge, I was like, y'all are f***ing with this.
Right.
This is like lame as.
It was cute, but like not that funny. There are some funny men, I think, for sure. I enjoy it.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I will zip my lip.
I'm telling you, you're gonna make a lot of fans on this podcast, because being like, I'm so, I like, my vibe is, I want this to be for girls, really. And they're just going to love you, I'm telling you.
Oh, I love the girls. Oh, my God.
The ladies love you.
I love the girls.
All my girlfriends have a crush on you. Everyone's always like, he's so cute.
No, I'm just regular. I'm regular as
No, you're special. You are. You're
so cute.
special.
I love you.
I found you doing cringe content, and I was looking at your other stuff. Listen to your music. Do you want to you want to keep making music?
Yeah, I love music. I love making music. I'm ready to make more. And I wrote a song recently, and I realized while I was making it, like after, like it was already done, like after like a couple of days of sitting down and like writing and being like, yes, I was like, this just is not my vibe. Like I feel like I'm forcing this, and cause it's like rap heavy and like it's kind of it's like it's giving like it's giving you and I was like, I have a lot of friends that make that kind of music, and so naturally I was like, like I want to like let's all do it. So I'm like making this track, and I think technically it was really, really good, but at the end of the day I was like, can I see myself like performing this at a club, like, or would it feel like me putting something on, like really performing, or would it feel like authentic, like me expressing myself and like doing something that's super natural to me? And I was like, I don't think this is me. So I basically wasted a bunch of brain cells writing a song that I was like, okay, I don't think this is for me.
Oh my God, that was not a waste. I'll tell you why. Because
I can sell it to someone.
Or give it. Because I'll tell you, when I started my career in music, I was making stuff that I felt like was more what the producer wanted to make and not what I wanted to make. And it took me years of making more and more and more and trying different stuff and all types of different genres to really like realize why I was doing music and what I wanted to do. And what I decided is, I'm like, okay, I became Jane in the club. I want to make club music. I want to make it for the club. So I set out on my electronic like genre journey, and by that time I had sharpened my skills. This is like, I mean, I have so much music that no one's ever heard. Like
how many songs?
Girl, I don't even know.
That's so good, because that means that you're exercising your songwriting muscles so much, and like.
And I want to say, you didn't waste your time.
You're so real for that.
Because
if
you write a song and you feel like it would be good for someone like me or Chase or someone like that, what you do is share it with me.
Period.
Give it to me, and if I like
She's trying to take my. No.
I'm trying to.
Just kidding,
girl. I'm trying to.
No, I'll record a demo for you and I'll show it to you, because I literally think you're gonna be like, why did you eat this stuff up? But then at the end of the day, I don't.
But if it sounds better coming out of someone else's mouth,
for sure, yeah. It's like I need to give that to the rightful owner of it. Yes. At the end of the day, I think I'm a boy who sings. I'm supposed to sing songs and like.
Can you sing for me?
Not right now, baby, but please. Like you can stream Cold Diamond on Spotify. There's a little taste on there.
Sing me one little song, please. Come on.
I'm not vocally warm.
I don't care.
Blasphemous. I have not warmed up.
You're gonna sing me a song.
I just rolled out of bed. Like
oh please. You're like, no free shows.
No. But I'm really inspired now by like Pink Panthers. Like I wanna make stuff like that. That's like it's like vocals, but it's like super stylized with the auto tune. I don't know if you know who Tara Jr. is.
Yeah.
Love Tara Jr. I want to make music like that, because she's singing. It's just really like modern, really like produced. I love that. And they're not like rapping and being they're kind of singing, and I'm like, I think this feels more authentic to me. So that's what I'm working on right now, and I'm excited about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think finding your sound is just a part of the artistic process.
You're real for that, but I'm impatient, so I'm like, this is the one. That's why all the other songs I had released, I was like, this was the first song I ever wrote. This is the second song I ever wrote, and this is the third song I ever wrote. Because I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna put it out, and like.
You did. You that was smart. The first song I ever wrote, I put out, and it's still out. There's a video. It's called
Slay.
Demon Ho.
Love that.
Have you seen it?
No, I need to see it.
I have to show you.
I did a video for one of my fucking songs too.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see.
My third song. It's literally a one take of me walking down the street and just lip syncing the song.
Oh my God, I want to show you my video.
It kind of slays. Yeah. Like
remind me later.
Okay. Period.
Because you're gonna love it.
Wait. Also, before I forget, I brought you something, and I don't want to forget to give this to you right now.
Oh, girl.
But I brought you something really. Just open it. Just open it. Yeah.
See, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. I have a man on the podcast because he comes correct.
It's the least I can do.
Brings me gifts, okay? That's the type of man I like.
It's really cute.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you about it.
Wait. Yeah. Oh! Lingerie. Okay, wait, let's see.
Is it giving? Is it cute?
I love this.
Do you kind of love it or no?
I really love it. Oh my God, wait, what? Maybe I should wear it to the Paris Hilton concert tonight. Oh my God, we're gonna go see Paris Hilton tonight, you guys. Yeah,
I love her so much.
You better come.
Yeah, okay.
Come.
I'm down.
I want to wear this.
So this brand that I work with, they send me stuff all the time, and it's mostly like a gay boy brand. Like they make like crop tops and like short shorts. And yeah, American Richard. Shout out American Richard. They send me stuff sometimes, but they also have like femme stuff, like a femme section. This is not sponsored, but like I thought of you when I saw it, and I was like, can you send me that too? And they did, so I was like,
you did that?
Yeah, of course. If I'm getting, of course. I mean, so I feel like it's very your vibe. It's like, black.
It's totally my vibe.
If you hate it or it doesn't fit, whatever, don't ever tell me because I'll be crushed.
No, I think I might wear it tonight.
It's cute. I thought of you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And of course, my love.
So I think you're a cat boy, and I love that.
Sure.
Cringe content. Like, let's just crack this open.
Okay.
Because
let's get into it.
I feel like, I noticed it a long time ago, and I was like from you and other creators, and I was like, whoa, it was so convincing. How are you so convincing? Like,
well, I went to musical theater school.
Oh.
So I've always been like a little theater kid. Not a little gay. It's a lot. So obviously I had to get a BFA in musical theater. Period. Love it. Don't regret it.
Bachelor of Arts.
Period. Big like hello. No, but I don't regret it. I loved it. I had the time of my life. I learned so much about like myself, but also like acting, obviously. So I mean, it's pretty obvious I can like step into the role of a cringy cat boy like pretty easy. Also, I don't know, I think some people are like, they just believe it so well that I'm like, I think maybe I'm too good at this, and that this character in specific might be closer to home than I would like to admit. Like,
I think so too. I love you.
Oh, okay. Love that.
I love you so much.
Whatever.
But I don't, girl, my boyfriend is a furry. I literally don't. I think it's cool. I think it's so
well,
cool.
not the furry part, but I think just the rest of it. Like just being a nerd, because
don't hate on furries.
No, I love.
We love furries.
I
on this
love
podcast,
the furries. They're so supportive. They're also so sweet.
I bet they love you. Yeah,
they do.
You're probably a furry legend.
I'm literally giving them fan service, like love. I get, and that's actually crazy because I did start making this content because I'm like, I'm trying to be cringy. It's supposed to be nerdy. It's rage bait, pretty much. Like I'm expecting it to go viral and to have people be like, "You're weird." Like I've had people say crazy shit to me because they all believe it. They're like, this is clearly, this man wakes up, puts on his cat ears, goes outside, goes to Target, talks like this a little bit, and he loves anime. And he lives in his mom's basement, but actually he's a secret ninja. So like type, you know what I mean? Like
my God.
Like they just eat it up, and
I love it.
They're like, "This is."
I don't get like, rage. I'm pure joy.
No, and people either love it or they hate it, and actually, a surprising amount of people have been like, "This is so hot. This is so sexy to me," and I'm like, "Whoa!" That's where it gets like crazy to me, and like I'm at this weird crossroads right now because I'm started making these funny skits to be like off-putting. But now that people are like into it, it's like I have two audiences, like the ones who love me and the ones who like hate me when things go viral. So I'm trying to like find this happy medium now of like being cringy, but not enough to give like the ones who love me like an ick. I don't know. It's weird.
You know what? Being in the spotlight, love me or hate me, it's still an obsession. The fans sometimes.
Lady Sovereign reference.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
And that's how I know I.
Okay.
Period.
And let me just say though, it's like the fans that hate you, they love you.
No, they like
the
just don't want to
love you,
admit it.
They love you even more.
They live, and I think seeing people be cringy, that's actually so.
It's hot to me because I'm like, you're unafraid to piss people off.
Exactly.
You're unafraid to be like what people might perceive as like nerdy and dorky. And as someone like something you might not know about me, but when I was like, you guys get a little tea on Gracie Jane. When I was younger, I was like a total dweeb. I went to anime conventions and like cosplayed.
What?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Yeah. I need to know more about like your nerdy past.
I literally my first ever rave.
I'm about to start writing notes on a note card. I have questions to ask you about this.
What? Ask away.
Like, did you play video games?
Yes, I love Pokemon and Zelda.
Love those two. Oh my God! Wait, who's your favorite Pokemon?
Mewtwo. Pikachu's a close second.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm built like Mewtwo, so it makes sense why we vibe.
That's what I think. I told my BBL doctor, I was like, give me Mewtwo in the hips. That's what I want.
Like just the
tattoo?
thickest legs, but like no upper body. Like that's me. That's. Oh my God, that's so good.
It's Mewtwo with a. So she has a dingaling.
Whoa.
It's a woman Mewtwo. It's pink.
Oh,
and
she's
if you look,
serving.
She's owing on her own.
Like she's.
Yes.
There's a. That's not a master ball, but there is
it's a dollar sign on it. Look.
Not the custom Pokeball.
It's a green.
With you.
Because that's what you would need to catch me as a Pokemon.
Period. I love you. Oh my God. This is a bad right here. Y'all already know though. Like this is a bad No, I love that you have I love that you have a nerdy past. Like
yeah, because the coolest people are nerds, and like I was like bullied, and I kept all that stuff like kind of secret. I never thought like I didn't realize it was cool. My first ever rave I ever went to was the anime convention rave. And
wow.
Yeah, and that like now I make music for raves, so it's like that is definitely my root. I have a favorite anime if you want to know.
Yeah, what is it?
I have two favorites.
Okay, go.
There's one called.
Okay, you go and I'll go.
Okay, yeah, I know you want. I was gonna ask. Higurashi no Nakukoro ni, otherwise known as When the Cicadas Cry.
Oh, I've never seen it.
It's a horror anime.
Ooh.
It's really creepy. It's really good.
Get into it.
Yeah, it's got like there's like little girls being like crazy and murderous and like.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
That sounds cool.
Something about that. Just,
very
yes.
Yeah.
And
love.
Then the other one is like a more adult one, and it's called Valkyrie Drive Mermaid. And it is a Yuri. So if you guys don't know what Yuri is, it's like girl romance content, and like the show is basically about an island called Mermaid Island, and everyone on the island has a sickness.
Okay.
Lesbians.
Oh,
and
not a sickness.
I know. But
it's
listen,
horrible.
But it's not, because then they have to go quarantine on Island Mermaid, and they show up, and then they're either X-Tars or Liberators. And the difference between these two things, top or bottom. And listen, there is a switch on the island.
Not a master of both worlds.
But what happens is when the girls fight,
okay,
they, like, I'm trying to say this in a kid-friendly way, but they do the thing, and when they're doing the thing, and the moment happens, the girl turns into a weapon, and then the lesbians fight with each other. Yes.
Whoa.
It is insane.
That sounds really cool.
It's my favorite thing ever made.
I need to watch it.
It's crazy.
We need to watch it.
It's really, really, but it's really good.
Love.
Yeah, I love it.
Man.
It's so good.
Those are great.
That one is crazy.
Period.
What's your favorite anime?
Well, I love a magical girl anime. Ooh. Right? So like Madoka Magica is that like my favorite anime. Like anything with like cute, like they're always like, you know, schoolgirls or whatever, but then they have like this double life as like, oh, I fight evil and I transform into like this little cute like superhero type. Oh, it's my favorite. But so Madoka Magica, have you ever seen it? Mm-mm. Oh my God, you are missing out. It's so good because it's like Sailor Moon, but if like, I think it's episode 3 famously takes like, you think like the first couple episodes, you're like, okay, this is like giving Sailor Moon. It's very kawaii, very super cute, whatever. Like, okay, they whatever. They transform, they fight these things called witches, which are like dark energy. And they beat them and then they go back and they go to sleep and then they go to school. But then episode 3, it takes like a really dark turn and it turns into something that you're like, oh my God. And it's like really one of the most like gripping, like dramatic, like it also actually is a Yuri. Because not spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, it's been out for years, whatever. Yeah. But Madoka, the title character, she basically, there's another girl, Homura, who is basically in love with her. And the whole thing is she's trying to save her from like her fate, pretty much. I won't spoil too much, but it is kind of like giving lesbian love story too, and it's very cute. I love it. It's cute, and I think they're coming out with a second part. I think it's only 1 season. They're coming out with the second one like very soon, so I'm like, let's go. But after you see how the first one ends, you're like, how are they gonna make more? Like, I don't understand. It's crazy as
I just love that your favorite anime is a lesbian love story.
No, I love the lesbians.
Cute.
Can we talk about lesbians? They're so funny.
Anytime you want.
They're my fave.
Lesbians are literally the reason for the season. Like, I like men.
I love hanging out with lesbians.
I'm really gay. I'm mostly into women, and I think it's a shocker to people because of my persona. But like people who are like gay people are always like, oh yeah, obviously you're gay. But like straight people might not see that because they don't really understand what lesbianism really is. They think lesbian, they think like, you know, Home Depot. Like I don't know, but I don't know what y'all think. But girl, I'm with you. When I was younger, my first ever boyfriend I had when I was like 15. Love him, he was cool, but I wouldn't say I was like that in love with him. But he had this group of lesbian friends that I thought were really cool, and I just wanted to hang around the cool lesbians.
Well, they're the funniest. Yeah, they're so cool.
They just seem to. I'm actually right now working on music that's like a little more geared. Like I want to do a few lesbian love songs because I think that's like a really. I
feel like
idea.
Lesbians are just so no nonsense. Everyone I've ever met, they're just so like matter of fact, like straightforward.
I'm sure some lesbians might disagree with that.
No, they're so like I love like a just blunt, like dry humor. That's my favorite. Oh my God, that's why
lesbians are the best.
Love
my lesbian relationships have been so rewarding because. It's like every night's a slumber party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fun. Like dating a man sometimes it's like...
You can wear that. You can wear the present I got you next time you have like a lesbian slumber party. It'll be
absolutely.
It'll be lit.
Well, at the lesbian slumber party, that's where I'm wearing the big t-shirt and the boxers.
Oh, it's comfy.
Because whatever. Yeah. You know, that's the thing.
It's not male gaze.
No.
Lesbian slumber party.
Exactly.
Period. Yes. See, we're unlearning. We're unlearning on the Gracie Jane Show.
It's totally... I mean, how would you know, right? But I love lesbian relationships. The thing about lesbian relationships I realized that is so funny, this is typically how they end though. This is the difference between lesbians and gay men. Okay. Gay men will date and like be friends and whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
Like they might even hate each other, but they'll be friends. Whatever.
No, for sure. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I am.
But girls, when you date a woman dating a woman, when you break up, you either hate each other or you like have you love each other forever. Like it's a different thing. It's not like, oh, you're cool, you're in the world, whatever. Like my ex-girlfriend, shout out to Zara, I love you girl, always. She we didn't work out as a relationship, but like that is fam. Like I would do anything for her. She calls me, she could ask me for money, I would give it to her.
Cute.
I love her. Like you met her, Zara.
When did I meet her?
We all went out. Short, emo girl.
Oh yeah,
remember
Pinky
her?
Show
Super
night.
cute.
Yeah,
Pinky Show.
Oh, slay.
Yes. I dated her and it was like such a fun relationship. Like we the dates we went on, the lesbian dates. Let me tell you about a date she took me on.
Okay.
a weekend of dates. The full weekend was a date weekend. Ooh. And it was all ballet themed. We went and saw the Nutcracker.
I love that.
Then she took me to a screening of Black Swan at like a vintage theater.
I love that movie.
It was amazing. It was like a ballet themed weekend. Only 2 women would enjoy that. We were in the bathroom and we were talking to a lady in the bathroom. She was like, at the Nutcracker, she was like, I make my husband take me every year. Like, it's like my birthday, it's my Christmas present or something. And me and Zara were like, that's so sad. This is your Christmas present. You what? Yeah. Well, guys, you don't want to go see some live show? Like,
well, I know
you would.
I love the ballet. Oh my gosh, I'm literally a ballerina. Like,
you're a ballerina
doing bar work, and I do have a sick arch. So my point is really good. Just saying. But I love the Black Swan, and I love.
Yeah, we do.
I've never seen Nutcracker though, but
my God,
that's amazing that she took you to that.
It's my favorite one.
I love a ballet though. You know what's crazy that you say that? On my TikTok FYP lately, I watched one ballet video. It's all sorts of ballet now, and I watch every one. I'm like fully on ballerina TikTok, and I'm like, this is so good. Like, how are you doing this? Like, I want to be you. Damn, you're so talented.
You should do a ballerina look for Halloween. Get a tutu.
That would be cool.
That would be hot.
That would be cool.
Do that.
Love Halloween.
That would be so.
Love Halloween.
I know you. So this is not going to come out until like January. But
sure. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. We're waiting a lot.
I know, but
no, take your time.
It's for the best.
You can't rush perfection.
No, you can't. And you would be a great ballerina. I think it's time for you to enter your ballet era.
Oh, trust me,
Ballerina Cole, I see it.
I have some ballet experience. Like,
I love it.
Back at the musical theater school, they were making us do the fucking pirouettes and.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was fully taking acting classes, dancing and singing, like the whole thing. That's the whole program. Dancing is definitely my weakest, worst. I consider myself a actor, I think, first at this point. But I love acting and singing was always my favorite. But
yes, yeah. Well, it shows in the back to the cringe content. It shows in the cringe content because it's so convincing. Hey hotties, it's me, Gracie Jane. As you guys know, my full-time career is on social media. With so many platforms to keep up with and all the time and energy I put towards creating my content, I need a team that can help me organize and, of course, most importantly, monetize. I truly believe a good business is built by working well with other intelligent and driven people. I think that's something that can be really hard and intimidating for trans people. I know I certainly struggle with trusting people to have my business's best interest in mind. So my sponsor today is my subscription sites manager, and I have been working with different teams year after year, and I'm really thrilled to have him as a sponsor of the show. Chuck G is an expert in the content and consulting space. Chuck works with some of the top trans creators in the world. His team saves me so much time and makes me really feel like my content is being managed properly. If you're looking for management or you just want to see tips and tricks and get valuable information on how to improve your personal brand, go check out I'm Chuck G on Instagram. That's at IMCHUCKG. I'm Chuck G on Instagram. That's where I found him. I started watching his stories and I was so motivated by all of the valuable information he has about business. You know, it can be really hard to navigate, and I highly recommend inquiring about his services. Hit him up on Instagram. Tell him Gracie Jane sent you. I wish all you hustlers and entrepreneurs out there a blessed future with lots of success. Hard work should definitely pay off. Thanks for listening. Now let's get back to the show. So I feel like within our community, and I think it's changing with the younger kids, but a lot of people will understand what I'm talking about, and I know you will. Mm-hmm. I feel sometimes like the world of being queer pushes us all sort of in our own places. Like, lesbians are over here, gays are over here, the dolls are over here.
Sure.
Did you have any trans friends ever?
Yeah, you know what? I actually went to school with a bunch because, I mean, Columbia, shout out Columbia College, Chicago, is like it's like art school by definition.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Like, it's awesome.
I used to party with those kids.
No, I love
Roosevelt?
Columbia. Roosevelt, oh my God. Yeah, but Columbia was cooler. But, I mean, like...
the dorm.
Yeah. That whole area of Chicago, like, has my heart. Like, I love... There's
in the South Loop.
Well, there's the Dwight Lofts.
Dwight Lofts.
The Dwight Lofts. Then there was...
I've been in all these.
Plymouth.
Yes.
Shout out Plymouth. And my bad bitches.
What was the one that was like 21 and up?
Oh, I don't...
Do you remember that one?
I don't remember, but you know what's crazy?
Those were nasty buildings.
I be scrolling on TikTok and I saw a video pop up recently and I said, that's Dwight Lofts. I knew in my soul that was the Dwight Lofts. There was no view or anything. I just knew based on like the ceiling. I was like, but no, like shout out Columbia. But anyways,
a lot of my friends went there.
I love that school, and it was so like, you know, typical like art school, like very every walk of life. And I did meet a lot. I didn't know any trans people up until then. Maybe I did before, but in like high school, but they just weren't out. And I did meet a lot though at Columbia, and even some who came out after college and we graduated, and I see them on social media and I'm like, yes, get it, like slay, live your life. But yeah, I love the dolls.
When, you know, I think
they're always so fun and like cool.
Usually. But
yeah.
I just want to say I appreciate that, because I feel like sometimes dolls don't always feel like gay men have our backs.
Well, that's because at the end of the day, they're still men and they're still shitty and they still act.
Yeah, and misogyny is real, especially with gay men.
Oh yeah, and it's just in a different vehicle, because even if you look at pop stars, it's like these men are still objectifying the women, even though it's not in a sexual way. It's like you are my plaything way. Yeah. Like I'm projecting things on you. I want you to be this and this and this, and it comes off really like pushy and aggressive and just like gross feeling and
objectifying.
So, yeah, and it's just, even though it's not sexual, it can still be objectifying. Like, this is still a person. So even the gay men doing that to women, like, it's very real.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I think a lot of times
that's why they act like that, you know, to trans people, because at the end of the day, they're just men. They're gonna They're gonna be shitty.
They still have a male gaze, and they're gonna project that on you if they want to.
Yeah.
And I do agree. I even struggled sometimes with gay guys calling me doll, because I'm like,
okay,
I don't know how literally you mean this. Like, do you see me as like, call me doll all you want? It's
for
true.
Sure.
But I've had moments where like I've heard it from someone, and I look at them because I'm kind of
like you can't say that. Like you haven't earned that yet. Type.
Yeah, and I feel like, or like, you don't know me like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know you like that. And I've had people, like gay guys, be like, immediately they think it's okay to ask me about surgery and like, you know, stuff like that.
They're so weird for that.
It's like, you would never ask any cis woman that, so it's not okay to ask a trans woman that. Like, I'm sorry, I know that we are all LGBTQ, but at the end of the day, like, that's personal, and not everybody wants to talk about it.
So personal.
Yeah.
Wait, and stop, because like my most hated thing is when you see like pictures of like a bunch of gays and their friends, and they're like out with the dolls, and I'm like, are the dolls in the room with us? It's like, right, you can't say like, I get your like, I get your on that word, because it's like they're not even using it correctly. Yeah, like you're not using like, you can't call me that yet. Like, you don't know the weight behind that word, and like, just it's whatever. So.
And I think some people also, they want to hang out with like the girls. They want, because you know, as you clearly see, you're smart and what's the word?
Observant?
Observant. You're extremely observant.
I notice everything.
I know, and I've noticed that. And I think that it makes your, like, the way you interact with dolls a lot, like, healthier and more normal, and it makes me feel safe around you, and me feel safe around bringing you around all my doll friends and stuff like that.
Of course. Because, like... Well, I just want to be respectful at the end of the day. Like, that's what it's all about.
And I think if you're going to be a gay man in this world, and, you know, you feel like you're woke or whatever, and you want to party with the dolls, then you have to be there for the dolls. Okay, you have to support the dolls. Okay, like, if you're a gay man, like, you know, girl, like, uplift the girls.
Of course,
like, that has to be hand in hand. If you want to party with the dolls and you want to be on that level,
you can't just pick them up and throw them around when you want to. You gotta like be a real, like, are you for real though about this? Like, this. It's not a game.
Are you paying attention to this person's experience in life? Because if you are, like you do, you see that, like, we don't often get the respect we deserve, even from our own community.
No, for sure. But then everyone is secretly like obsessed, you know.
Literally.
It's like my hate comments on Instagram. It's like these people are just secretly obsessed.
Yeah, they are.
In a way.
Love me or back to Lady Sovereign. Love me or hate me.
It's still an obsession. Oh, she really ate. I love that song so much.
Me too. I was actually just...
That was my shit back in the day.
Let's listen to that later.
If you hate me, then you.
Woo!
Oh, that was like big.
She's iconic. I wonder
was
what
that,
she,
like
where is she now?
2006, 5? Like
Where
that,
is she now?
she's probably okay. Off of that one song, she's probably like
She's
still
definitely
good. Like
That song hit.
that was a banger. Timeless.
Lady Sovereign, we love you.
No.
Influencing. I think that like it's fair to say that the world probably perceives you as like an influencer.
Okay.
And I think that like there's this big, I think a lot of people, especially like just people who aren't trying to entertain or influence, see it and they maybe don't take it seriously. Like they don't understand that you actually are a trained actor and like you're trying really hard to entertain people because you're being creative and cool. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, he just wants clicks and views and money, which like, duh, everybody wants clicks and views and money that's like doing this job because it's part of the job. But like, it's actually kind of like, you know, I think people need to cut people like you, me, like people who maybe they are still shaping themselves as like a performer, an artist, or whatever they decide to do with life. They're just giving themselves a platform early. Like, you know, you're doing such a smart thing. You were talking to me the other day about how people were coming for you because of your like cosplay content. And I just want you to know, keep cosplaying, girl, because all the people who are like me, who are smart and who are paying attention to what you're doing and see what you're really doing, taking it for what it is and not just like what they're judging it to be. They're like, that's your audience. And when you have your music ready or when you have like an acting role, they're going to be the ones who like uplift you and support you through that. And you're so smart to be like ahead of the curve doing this, like just preparing because I see a huge future for you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I
Thank
really
you.
do.
Well, that's why I started because I mean, I know since we're probably we are the same age, like you, like what was your first like jump into social media? Was it MySpace? Because that was
it was.
Period. So we've been there since the inception. Like I was HTML coding that up. Like my shit was right always.
My profile
picture.
I was
the
very
song.
emo. So there was a phase.
I was emo too back then.
Oh my God.
It was so I was giving actually goth. Like
Love
it was
it.
so cool.
Same.
Like scene kid. Like that was
Me
like
too.
my dream. I mean, I'm wearing the trip pants. Like, but now I can actually like rock them. But like back then, like this was like who I wanted to be. Like I had some, but I was like a fetus.
That's who you were.
Yeah.
I was emo.
I'm
always
still
loved
emo. These are sick.
Girl,
Like,
I'm emo to the day I
love
die.
emos.
Literally.
But MySpace was lit. Like, oh my
It
God,
was.
like the layout, like that was, have really been around since like, I mean, that was, I think, when we gained like consciousness.
I was
pretty
MySpace
much.
famous. Fun fact.
Period. I could never, but that is awesome. I was idolizing all the MySpace famous people. I was like obsessed with Jeffrey.
We might have been friends. Who knows?
Maybe. I was obsessed with like Chris Crocker back
Oh my God.
then.
Kara now. Kara, I love her. She follows me.
Yeah.
She follows me. I want Kara Crocker on the show. That would be so
That
fun.
would be sick because
She's
she is
so
so
good.
funny.
I love her.
Her videos now, I'm like, you're
So
eating.
funny.
Like, I love that she's still around too, like making the social media
Me
shit.
too.
Like, it's my favorite when people stick around.
Her whole brand now is just making fun of people who hate on her, and I think it's so funny.
I mean, it's so easy to get. She's got content for days.
She's
like,
hilarious.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. Did you ever watch Seenie Seenable back in the day?
No, what's that?
I have to show you later.
Okay.
Bookmark on that. Seenie
Period.
Seenable. But MySpace, wait, let me tell you about my MySpace layout. It was so cool. I coded my MySpace layout. I found a way to like blank out the way it normally was laid out. And I made it into a Game Boy. And I had my picture in the middle. And like, yeah.
I'm gagged still to this day. I'm
Girl,
like,
I was coding.
Because I know how hard that is to like pull off.
I could never do it now. I
So
have no
it was
idea
a
what
Game
I
Boy
did.
on screen.
It was
and
literally
that was
a
your
Game
page
Boy with music just playing. And then it was like a picture of me on the Game Boy.
as the screen of the game. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's really f***ing cool.
Thank you. That was
Is
like
there
one of
any-
my last, that was when I got really good at it.
Was
Yeah.
there like any info still of you on the page? Like or
Very
was it-
little.
Oh wow,
I was just doing
I
it.
love a minimalist like. But okay, so I
But it
hadn't-
started with the quizzes. Before it was minimalist, it was everyone knew what type of cocktail I was.
Oh, the surveys.
The surveys
I
were good.
remember those, bitch.
I
Like,
want surveys back.
I love a survey. I love learning about people and like what type they're into. Like,
I have a survey for you.
okay.
It's called the dark core survey.
Oh,
and
dark
it's like how
core.
dark is your core?
Oh my God, let me take it.
Let's do it later.
Yeah.
Let's see who has a darker core. Dark core.
Oh my
survey.
God, I wonder if it's me.
I wonder how dark your core is.
Evil.
If you want to find out how dark his core is,
dead inside. Type
My
shit.
yeah, wait, do it. Let me give you a line. I know I seem like a nice guy, but my core, I have the dark core.
I know I seem like a nice guy on the outside, but inside, I have a dark core. No,
I was excited.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
I feel like you don't have a dark core. I feel like you have the lightest core of all time.
Well, I'm pretty jaded now, so I used to be very naive, though.
I don't have a dark core, but you know what I do have? A hardcore.
Love that.
That was kind of dumb.
I'm hardcore.
Okay, I have to ask, are you 100% homosexual or are you bi?
Yeah, I'm absolutely gay.
Yeah.
Gay. Just love
That's
men.
what it gives.
Hate men, but love men.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's what it gives. Love to hear that. She said, you're
Compliment to me, personally?
No, wait. Okay, so here's the thing, though. I grew up with a single mom. And so I feel like I'm obviously very in touch with my feminine side, but when I'm with the girls, like I'm with the girls. Like I'm like, yes, Kiki, like let's cut it up.
Yeah.
Like love you, like yes, queen. Type boots the house down.
Boots.
Period. ASAP Rocky. But when I'm with the dudes now, I think in the last couple of years I really like kind of gotten a hold of like my masculinity and my masculine side. So I don't think
I'm sure you're not the only one that got a hold of your masculinity.
There's been quite a few. I don't think you would even ever see it though, because I mean I prefer to be in my feminine energy because it's like more fun and like I feel like it's more real. That's the real me. But when I'm with, you know, the boys, it's like, oh yeah, that's a dude type. It's just not as fun.
Code switching.
It's not. Yeah, it is kind of like.
It is.
It's not as like
It's
fun.
normal
or
in the
free.
gay community.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I encourage you to stop. Be yourself.
Well, I'm always myself, but
yeah, I
like,
know, but you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
The only reason I say that, and I'm not telling you how to live your life, but I am. I feel that when you're authentic, like if you want to be a
Yeah, and you know what? That's not me. That's what I learned
Right,
when
there's
talking about the
multiple sides to
song.
you.
I was like, this is like too for me. This
Yeah.
is not. It's not giving like Cole like yes queen like rapping about like, you know, slaying and like not that it was giving like RuPaul's Drag Race rap verse like
right.
yes queen I'm gonna snatch the crown you and your mom like type. It was like, but it kind of was, even that was too much. I was like this is like too like fierce. Like I'm not like that fierce. Like I think I'm like I actually do really sit in the middle. But when I'm with like the girls, I'm like yes, because I just feel like I can like let go.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, it's like to an extent. Like I'm still gonna go be a man at the when I go home.
I think my thought process is always like, maybe it would be painful to do that, but because I'm so ultra feminine and there was a time in my life.
Painful to do what?
To tuck away any femininity, because I've done that in my life, but I'm also a woman, so it's a trans woman. So it's like, I think that is where our experiences inform like how we think. Because my thing is, I'm like, I think a lot of people take the whole like butching up as like internalized homophobia, but I actually love your take, because I don't think it always is. You're right. Like it's got to be, sometimes it's just like, no, we have different sides to us. Like, you know, when I'm with my boyfriend, I'm like I talk to him differently than I talk to my friends. Like, you know,
it's all different. It's just, we're all very like,
everybody code switches a little.
I remember one time I worked with this dude and I was explaining this to him, how I feel like I'm very in touch with my masculine and feminine side. Obviously, if I'm here in the pink dungeon with you, a queen, and like we're kikiing and whatever, cuckooing,
it's
them today. It's gonna, period. It's giving like, yes, queen, like I'm one of the girls, like shut up, like don't even talk to me. But I told one of these dudes that I worked with, who was, by the way, clearly repressed, like in the closet gay, like he was like a little artsy.
DL.
I'm like, okay, and he always looked at me with a little twinkle in his eye, and I'm like, I know what you want.
Oh, I know that twinkle.
But I was just talking to him, and I was like, yeah, I just feel like I'm like, you know, I'm like really in touch with my like femininity, but also like my masculine side. And he like laughed and he was like, psh. And I was like, damn, is it call me the F slur, damn, like shut up. But I mean, I don't know, maybe it doesn't always come off like that, because sometimes I have a problem like
See, that's internalized homophobia. That coming from him to you.
No, for sure.
That's
And
his
I'm like,
internalized
you don't think you
homophobia.
can be both, or maybe you think I'm just like, you know, an F word. Which okay, maybe I am.
Which,
because
if the pump fits,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
but I don't know. It's all a spectrum. We all
as long as you love yourself.
Yeah,
that's what matters.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you should see me when I'm at home, like playing League of Legends. Like, it gets serious. It's like, oh, that's a boy. He's pounding his fists on the desk. Like,
do you Twitch stream?
I stream on TikTok actually.
Does it?
So
work
I don't
out
stream
better
on
for you?
Twitch because the algorithm on TikTok is better for my live stream, so I get new viewers. Twitch is kind of like your base who knows you goes there. There's not like a feed to scroll through. It's just
Okay.
like your fans go there. TikTok is like, oh, new person, I'm seeing you for the first time. So I stream there, but I do stream video games on there. But I'm not very good at it because I get so focused, I forget to talk to them. And then they leave and it's boring, and I'm like, so I literally can't multitask. Like I'm
bad at it
I'm
too.
winning right now. Like, shut up, don't talk to me. Like, don't even like try.
I'm like that too. I'm a bad multitasker.
I'm bad. I cannot do it.
I did my makeup on camera the other
Absolutely.
day. Nightmare.
Wait, you did?
It was so
because
hard.
I tried to make a video doing
It's so
Halloween
hard.
makeup yesterday, and it was a nightmare.
I was because that's how we are.
I can't do it.
You have to focus.
Yep, on one thing at a time,
One
baby.
thing at a time.
When I worked at McDonald's back in the day, they were like, okay, you need to listen to orders in your headset and also listen to what I'm telling you in the other ear in person while you're talking. I'm like, okay, little slow down.
Whoa.
I can't do that. And she's like, well, you have to. You need to learn. I'm like, so you want me to receive info from two people talking into my two different ears? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, that's like, who can do that?
Girl.
I don't know. And so I'm like, because I would have to be like, I'm sorry, just one moment. And then I'd be like, okay, yeah, now you can talk to me. Like, what? And they're like, no, you can't say that to the customer. Like, you can't tell them to hold on. Like, that's not a part of the rule.
You're like, can you give me a second, please?
I'm like,
daddy, chill.
daddy, chill. But it was mommy because she was a fierce woman running that BZ.
No,
but-
that's you to the person in the drive-thru.
No, like, daddy, chill. Yes,
He's like, can I get
mommy?
him? He's like, can I get a Big Mac? You're like, daddy, chill.
I'm like, wait, hold on, because my manager is screaming at me about like something wrong that I did. Hold on, like sorry, girl. Hold on one second. I'm getting written up. Hello, like type. Like, I don't
Like
know.
that Mad TV.
Cannot
character.
multitask.
No, me
it's
neither.
so hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I think it's just that the way, like some people can, some people can't. You know what I mean?
Imagine being able to.
I
would be
can't.
so powerful.
My New Year's resolution was to focus on the task at hand because I try too hard to multitask.
Like to be present,
focus on the task at
like
hand.
one thing at a time.
Yes, because I
Love
tried too hard to do the multitasking and I fail, and I'm like, everything will be better.
And
if I
then
just do it one
you
thing at a
wind
time.
up missing both of them
Yeah.
because you're like, and then you're like, wait, I don't remember either of them now. Like, yeah, it's bad. I'm right there with you.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I feel a kinship with that because that is like.
You are seen.
Sometimes I'm like, did I fry my brain? Probably, but
No, you're
that's
good.
not
Like
why.
you're so on top of it. Like
Thank
you're
you.
just you know what works for you.
Yeah,
Focusing
exactly.
on one thing at a time.
Yeah, literally, and just finishing it. That's a hard thing
Yeah.
to do. Like, I
are
feel
you
like
an ADHD girly? Like, what's the
maybe
tea?
I don't really know.
Have you ever had an Adderall experience?
Yes, but I've never been diagnosed on ADHD.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Cole.
Period. Me neither. Wait, let's go to therapy. Let's
I
go
mean,
to
I'm a
therapy
therapist,
together.
but I just-
Oh, I mean, okay, psychologists,
I just-
whatever they're called.
I
like, which
function
need to
well,
go through.
so I don't feel like I need to go to a psychiatrist. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't have a problem
Okay.
like surviving. So
Yeah.
I don't
Me
know.
neither. But sometimes I'm like, how can I be a perfect person?
When-
What's
Aw,
wrong with
honey.
me? I know it's really bad. And I think here's what I think: self-diagnosing. I think I have OCD.
Okay.
And I definitely have body dysmorphia, real bad. Will not even be watching this episode because I cannot perceive
Aw.
myself in anything except just like controlled situations. And what else is wrong with me? I don't know. Maybe a little bit bipolar, maybe not. I don't know. Now I'm just throwing out acronyms. But
I don't know. You seem
there's
pretty level.
definitely
to me.
some shit, like I don't know. I'm also a recovering people pleaser too. So that's why I'm so, like you said before, like how you notice everything.
Yeah.
It's a trauma response, babes. It's a trauma response. I need to pay attention to everything at all times
Yeah.
to pick up on small signals where it's like, oh, I need to protect myself type. You know
Smart.
what I mean?
That's
but
being smart.
Now I'm just like a really good
to
listener. That. Yeah, like it could be worse things to be like whatever.
People pleasing it's a hard thing to break out of, but it's, you know what helped me is I realized I'm like, actually it's selfish to people please. Because what you do is you drain yourself so hard when you're pleasing other people, and then you end up someone has to then please you, or you have to or you become absent from the world for some reason. You know, It's like you do yourself a better favor just being normal. You don't have anyone to please, girl, because you're just a very impressive person.
That's so hard for me to grasp still, but I'm learning.
You're young. We're young.
Yeah.
You'll I think that
we'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've made a lot of progress, but it lives. Actually, you know what is crazy? In acting school, I'm telling you, those mean business.
Oh, I'm sure.
Business, because when you go to an acting school, babe, they are telling you stuff about you that you are not ready to hear. I had a teacher once tell me in one of these classes where we would go up, sing, they would give us critiques. I remember this one time I went up, sang my song, whatever, and then the professor said, okay, so why did you blah, 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 and asking me some questions, doing a little critique. And then she said, okay, next time I need you to do more da 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 da. And I said, okay, yes. Mm-hmm. And she, immediately after that, she said, Cole, I don't believe you. I think you're just telling me what I want to hear. I think you just said yes, but I don't think you mean yes. And I think you're a people pleaser. And I said, read me to filth the house down. And I said, Stephanie, you are a real one for that. And that was the first time I ever was like aware of that. And then I mean, obviously it's something I've like carried with me, and I'm like, okay, be aware of this. But I had no idea that that's how I was until like she read me in front of the class. But yeah.
Was she like a big mentor for you?
Yes, but also she was just very mean.
Oh.
Because she doesn't.
Happy Lee Miller.
Yeah, she was giving like, okay, I'm a good teacher, but I'm very mean about how I deliver everything, and I don't think that's best how people. Not everyone learns. Like
some people.
When all you're hearing is like bad stuff about you, it's like hard to like. Yeah, it's challenging.
Some people respond really well to it. It shocks me, but
sure, I like it now, but at that point, I was still kind of fresh to it, and like. Now I'm like, okay, yeah, like I love it. Like be mean to me a little bit. Like it's kind of like, it's like, tell me what's wrong and I'll fix it. But in a people pleasery way, it's not even bad. But I'm like, okay, I can handle it now. I'd rather people be honest with me. But yeah, I don't know. She was mean. She told me, yeah, you're a people pleaser.
But you needed to hear it.
I did.
Those are hard lessons. The ones you just need to hear. I get it. But you know what? Everybody is, like I said, like everyone's trying to, and people who, the thing is, I feel I'm more sussed out by people who like seem to not care at all about pleasing anyone around them, because I'm like, well, I mean, you are living in a society, like,
I think that's actually much worse.
I agree.
There's way worse things to be than a people pleaser. I mean, at the end of the day, is it toxic to myself? Yes. Am I a pleasant person to be around? For sure.
Extremely.
Like, whatever. And I'm not doing it in a fake way. I just like to have people be comfortable and respected.
Yeah.
Because I know what it feels like to not be.
Yeah.
So I'm very attentive. I'm very intuitive. Like, I love to pay attention. I don't know.
It's really,
I'm like a good friend type.
I think you are a good friend.
Yeah.
I feel bad because we literally don't hang out enough because I've been.
That's okay. You're busy. I'm
busy with the show. We need to just. I'm so excited that we
look
get to
at
spend
us.
the day
We're
together.
here.
Though.
We're here.
And we get to go see Paris Hilton tonight.
Yes, I can't wait. Oh my gosh. After I dry my armpit stains.
You could dry them all night. I don't care.
God.
I want to talk a little bit about, while I still have you here, I want to talk to you about being gay in LA. Obviously, is like, that's a can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
But so talk to me, like, are you a monogamous person or a non-monogamous person?
Well,
I think our community, it's a big conversation. Like,
I think at this point I'm like romantically monogamous, but I would definitely need like an open relationship.
I'm the same exactly.
Like sexually, like, you know, yeah, I need that, I think.
Yeah, me too.
And I learned that from being in a really long relationship that was monogamous. I learned like, oh wow, this actually is not realistic for me. Like I'm a man who has simple needs like, but I mean, there's a difference between like love and sex and
Totally.
stuff. They are great together, but they are two different needs. And if you can get them met by one person, that's awesome. If you can't, then just, you know, get it where you can type.
I am on the same page as you. I like, and I'm a jealous person too, but like I grew up and I realized that well, you know, I like to get around a little, to be honest.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, a lot, some people, but not me. I do.
guess that there's some Mormons out there and like, no, whatever.
No, the Mormons are the real freaks.
Okay, period.
And that's a story for a different episode.
Period, that's real.
I have a crazy story about a Mormon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're always like, you know, the repressed ones are the ones who just really want to be doing it, but like, they can't live their truth. But I see you.
Yeah, I see you too. I was once you, but I'm not anymore. Thank God.
Live
But non-monogamy,
truth.
it is hard. Don't you agree? Like sometimes it's just, I think in the gay world,
it is hard.
The gay world, it's so much easier because it's more normal. You know what I mean? I like that.
Well, because in the gay male world, we're all men. And so that's why every piece of like literature about gay men and like whatever is like the archetype is that they're always like hypersexual and whatever. And it's because we're all men who are into each other. And instead of like having there be like a male female dynamic, it's like, because I mean, biologically, I do feel like men and women have different sex drives.
Yeah.
And if you get a bunch of men in a room who are into each other, it's going down like crazy.
They're going to either
like,
fight or
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
They're going to do one and then the other. Or they're going to do it at some point. Like,
so true.
But with, you know, straight men, they're not able to as much because, you know, there's
social
females
contracts
in the equation. And so I think with gay men is like very normalized and acceptable to be like, okay, I think an open relationship. I see a lot still about like, I could never do that. And I'm like, okay,
I do too.
But I think there'll always be that because it's like a societal thing.
That was me once.
Yeah.
And then I was in one and I there was good moments and bad moments, but it is, in my opinion, like it's a really realistic way of having a long-term relationship. Like, because it comes down to two things: trust, and then also like security. Like, the way I feel is like, I don't mind if you want to go out and get your needs met, because at the end of the day, try and replace me as a human being.
No, you can't.
It's impossible. There is one Gracie Jane in this world. Like, that's just, I know this about myself. I don't care what you think. I don't care what anyone thinks. I know I am irreplaceable. I bring some things to the table nobody else in the world could ever bring.
Yeah.
I'm confident in that. So even when I feel jealous, I just remind myself, you know what? These are my feelings to deal with. The truth is, I am secure, and if I'm not secure in the relationship, then I'll leave it.
Well, because at the end of the day, after the sex is done, then what? Well, then what is left?
Yeah.
The rest of the human, their personality and their flaws and stuff like that are what makes them special. Like, that's the real important. Like, you know, sex is so fleeting. That's why I have no issue like separating the two, because one is like the opposite of fleeting, and then the other is like just a moment. In time.
Yeah. 100%. I think that's like really healthy.
Yeah.
And normal.
For sure. I love that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised though.
A lot of girls, I'll say I'm kind of unique in this way, because even trans girls, like I think some trans girls even, they think like, oh, maybe if I date men like in the world, like monogamy is more of an option. And I always try to encourage people. I'm like, well, think back to when you, before your transition.
Well, men always cheat. Like,
that's
the thing about men, is that they cheat.
I had this conversation with this girl who, her name is Tiger Lily. She's awesome.
Oh, that's a beautiful name.
She's beautiful. And she told me, I'll never forget this. Like, she spoke to me, and I literally, like, she said, she was talking to me, and she was like, yeah, my boyfriend, or husband maybe, she was like, he knows I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to literally get in bed with whoever I want. I don't care. And he can either deal with it or not. It's just going to happen. And I love him and I care about his feelings, but like, I'm a free woman and this is what I'm going to do. And he gets it. And he totally did. And like that, hearing her say that, and like her husband was in the car with us, like, and I was like,
he knew what's up.
Yeah, because he knows what he has. He's like, okay, she's amazing. I want her in my life. And he
also probably felt the same way too. He was like, well, damn, like
guys
I got
want
it real
too.
good. Exactly.
But sometimes they're too scared of losing what's in front of them, so they get insecure and jealous.
Well, because I think a lot of girls are, sometimes not down for that, or they are, and they just think they shouldn't because of societal norms or whatever, and they're like, well, no, it's just supposed to be me and him, and that's it forever, and they suppress that need in them.
Yeah, and that works for some people. It does.
Sure.
I'm bi though, and I feel like that always played into me being non-monogamous. It's like I could never, if I was in a relationship with a man, I would need to once in a while like have an experience with a woman, or if I was in a relationship with a woman, I would want to have experiences with men once in a while. That's a big part of it for me.
That's real.
Yeah. Bisexuality is real. It is. Believe it or not. I can't pick a side.
Not for me though. I just like men. Just kidding.
You don't say.
No, but
I couldn't tell.
Wow.
You're gay?
Yeah, I know. I'm scared. I'm gonna listen back to this episode and be like, "Yes, queen." So like, anyway, like, no, like that's gonna be my voice the whole time.
Well,
like,
why are you scared of that? I love that.
I don't know. It's always hard to like listen to yourself be real.
True. But just know, like,
I mean, like it is.
Honey,
like,
that's what I love. That's what anyone who loves my show, they're like, the gayer the better. And I think even in the straight world now, like cis women are sick of it. They're sick of the macho. They're sick of masculinity. This like weird one note masculinity that happens.
I got you. Yeah, I'm not like really hung up on that either. It's like there's this comedian I really like. I don't remember his name, but he's very gay. But even in that, he's so confident in himself still. I feel like it just reads across still as like masculine. You know what I mean? I feel like they're very like interconnected. Like masculinity is very like just intrinsically about confidence in yourself and like being grounded in that way and like self-assuredness. Anyways, I don't know. But anyway, he's like totally very like he's a queen, but like he's so gay. But I'm just like,
who is he? I want to know his name.
I think his name is Mateo Lane. He's very like, yes, queen, like type. He's like
funny?
He's Italian and he's like cute, like got a good body. Yeah, he's very funny. He's like is one of my favorite gay comedians.
Okay.
He's like got like salt and pepperish hair. He's very funny, but he's just so like he's just confident and great. I'm still like that. You're like masculine though. Like he's giving mask. Like he's kind of giving mask. I don't know. Well, anyone who just knows who they are.
We're living in a world now where masculinity is being redefined, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's going to free a lot of people from the prison of cars and
what
sports.
Is masculinity? Like, whatever. Who even knows?
I think you did a good job defining it in the modern world, like security, confidence.
That is
in yourself.
So real.
I really do think you did a good job describing that. Because that's, to me, like the men that I want to be around, that's how they act. Yeah. They know their place in society. They know who they are. Like that's manly to me. Manly isn't necessarily like
insecure, or like possessive,
exactly.
Like all the people like the
like
things
protector,
that people
like
think it is.
But
it's like you can protect me emotionally too, and like
not
just like
if you aren't protecting my emotions and you're just simply a macho man who could beat up someone for me,
that's scary.
You're gonna beat me up. Like that's how like,
it's
how it feels.
You're real for that.
What about feet?
No. Who looks at a foot and is like, damn, that is not me. Maybe that is not me.
But
I get it though.
But
like,
men feet.
No, not at all. No, it's a foot.
Men feet, no.
It's a foot.
Girl feet, yes. Men feet, no. Because girls' feet are literally like pieces of art. Like I would paint a girl's foot because they're like cute, and sometimes they're like cute.
I feel like all feet are ugly.
No.
They're all just like weird.
I'm going to take a hard no on that and disagree with you.
Is this a hot take? Let us know in the comments.
I believe in feet. I'm a feet girl.
Are you yeah.
But also you have to keep in mind my lived experience. Like to me, like you name it, it's happened in my life when it comes to that nighttime stuff. So it's like feet to me, it's like this is so not serious. Like it's so about a person and not about like gratification. It's like a worship thing.
When you
it's a mental
let's
thing.
Say that I have a question for you. So let's say that you have a friend or something and you've never seen their feet and you for some reason then eventually see their feet. And does it change your opinion of them? Or is it something that you're very aware of? Like what if they had disgusting feet? Like if they
I'd
just
probably say something, but I wouldn't judge. I'd probably be like, "Girl, get a pedicure."
Period. What if you were like into them before and then you like saw their feet and you were like, oh, this person does not like.
Well, I learned early on when I'm with men, I don't look down. No.
Just avoid it. Don't
No,
even like. You're
don't look
just setting
down.
yourself up
Do
for
not even
disappointment.
look. Don't look.
Okay.
Don't look.
That's valid.
Do not look. You do yourself a favor and just don't look.
That's real.
What? Pretend I do not see it for real with the men's
I
feet.
pretend I
Girl
do
feet,
not
I would
see
like
it.
put on a t-shirt and wear, but like men feet, no. No.
Yeah.
I just think it's like those are what you walk around in all day. They take you from point A to
Yeah,
point B.
they've seen some. They're working a lot.
That's hot to me. They're hardworking. I love a hardworking man, but I don't love a hardworking man's feet. That's where things get a little confusing.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
I've seen some disgusting feet.
I have to.
That's why I'm like, yeah, this is like a completely non-sexual object to me. It's like just a foot.
Feet, right?
And then
Just a
you've got
foot.
the Dan Schneiders of the world, like.
Oh my God,
Well,
he
too
loves
real,
feet.
too real. But I'm
Wow,
like, damn,
bringing up Dan Schneider on the pod, I like that.
Psychologically,
We're on the same page.
There's just something for the foot people that did not happen for me. I've never looked at them that way. God bless the ones.
You know
that
what?
have.
Maybe if it ever changes, tell me because
Okay.
I won't judge.
Yeah, it might.
I'm interested because mine
open.
mine came later in life. It wasn't
Oh,
because
okay.
I started working in the industry and I was meeting like these like, beautiful goddesses and I saw the feet that I wanted. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
oh,
wait,
ooh,
do I?
I'm interested in your foot.
Do I like this?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the toe colors and all that. You know, I'm on
Period.
Feet Finder.
I love
I
that
have a
you're
profile on Feet
still
Finder.
wearing these.
I have to.
dude.
I love that.
It's like a part of you at this point. Like, isn't it? They're fun to wear, right? They are fun.
Meow, meow, meow.
I've unlocked some new. Speaking of unlocking new things, I think
ASMR.
a little ASMR.
If you aren't
I love
watching
doing
us right
that.
now, I have kitty claws on because I'm. I
Period.
don't know if I can say that. Whatever.
Just bleep it. Ignore the yellow one at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a little. They've seen a lot of sweat and
Oh,
dancing
this one's
around.
missing a
so
talent.
oh yeah, she's seen some. Shit. They've been washed. They've been just like
Shocker.
lived in. Like
Look, shocker.
that's inappropriate. What does that mean,
2 in the pink.
baby? Okay, that's
I'm
it.
sorry. See, boy humor. This is where my boy humor
Yeah,
comes in.
that's funny.
I can't help it.
You're funny.
Thank you. You're funny.
Thank you.
I adore you.
I love you.
I
I
love
love
you
you.
so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys so much today for tuning into another lovely episode of the Gracie Jane Show with Cole Diamond. Love him so much. Please make sure you click subscribe and go check out my Patreon. It's in the link in the bio. Cole, where can we find you?
I'm on Instagram, Cole_Diamond, and TikTok, Cole.Diamond. Also on X, Cole_Diamond.
Thank you for that. And I will put all of his links with mine below. Love you guys all so much.
Yay, love you.
We love you. I hope you guys enjoyed the man of the hour.
I'm honored. Thank you. Honestly, that means a lot. That's
Aw,
crazy.
you're welcome,
The first
and
man
thank
on the
you.
show. Holy.
I know. And there,
Wow.
like, you might be the only, who knows, you know?
Well, I love to be special.
You are special.
Thank
It
you.
says all-purpose generic male, but you
That's
special,
it's
baby.
just it's iron.
It says
irony,
value
you know?
approved, and that's where I really agree.
It's irony.
It's perfect.
That's why it's so funny.
It's
'cause
so
It's
good.
really special. And
You're
cool.
special in many ways, darling.
Oh, I
in
love
many
you.
ways.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yay.
Thank you for coming on the show. Bye, you guys. Make sure to stream my song Therapy and the rest of my debut album Sugar. Available on all streaming platforms. Jane's World. You know how sweet I am. That's why the album's called Sugar by Jane's World.